Welcome to my channel Love and Lust Lounge. Crescent Moon, the Moonlight and the Moon. A story of silent love and soft desire. They met on a quiet terrace under an open sky. She was called Mira, calm, thoughtful, someone who felt more than she spoke. He was Arjun, steady, observant, carrying a silence that felt safe. Every night, they found themselves standing there, leaning against the railing, watching the moon as if it was listening to their secrets. "You love the moon a lot," Arjun said one night. Mira smiled softly. "It never asks questions. It just stays." Arjun looked at her, then not at the moon. Milky Way moonlight conversations. Their bond grew slowly, like moonlight spreading across the earth, quiet but impossible to stop. They talked about childhood dreams, broken promises, and the kind of love that doesn't rush. Sometimes they didn't talk at all. They just stood close, letting the silence speak. One night, the moon was fuller than usual. The light fell gently on Mira's face. Arjun reached out, hesitating before brushing his fingers against her hand. "Do you feel it?" he asked quietly. "The moonlight?" "No, this." She didn't pull away. "I do," she whispered. Fire when the moon watched. The air felt different that night, heavier, warmer. Mira turned to him, their faces inches apart. Her breath trembled as his hand slowly moved to her waist, holding her not tightly, but surely. "Arjun, tell me to stop," he said gently. She shook her head. The kiss was slow, almost shy. But it carried everything they had been holding back. Moonlight wrapped around them as if blessing the moment. Their bodies leaned closer, hearts louder than the night around them. His forehead rested against hers. "You're the moon," he whispered. "And you? I'm just the light that falls for you." She smiled, emotional, soft, and pulled him closer. Crescent moon, the meaning of them. They sat together, wrapped in silence and warmth, watching the moon as dawn slowly approached. Mira rested her head on his shoulder. "Do you think love always needs words?" she asked. "No," Arjun replied. "Some love is felt, like moonlight." She closed her eyes. That night, they didn't promise forever. They didn't rush tomorrow. They just existed. The moon. The moonlight. And a love glowing quietly between them. Crescent Moon, the Moonlight and the Moon, Part 2. When silence learned to touch. That night changed something between them. After the first kiss beneath the moon, Mira and Arjun were no longer just two people sharing a terrace. They were two hearts quietly leaning toward each other. They didn't rush love. They let it grow, slowly, naturally. But some nights carry more weight than others. Milky Way, a night too quiet to ignore. The sky was clear, the moon glowing like it had something to witness. Mira stood at the railing, her dupatta fluttering softly in the breeze. Arjun walked toward her, stopping just behind, close enough for her to feel his warmth. "You've been quiet today," he said gently. "I'm afraid of how much I feel," she replied honestly. He turned her slowly, his hand resting lightly on her arm. "Then don't be afraid," he whispered. "Let me hold it with you." His fingers intertwined with hers. The simple touch sent a shiver through her, not of fear, but of closeness. Fire, the touch that spoke. Arjun lifted his hand to her face, his thumb brushing her cheek. Mira closed her eyes, leaning into the touch. The kiss came naturally this time, deeper, warmer, unafraid. She held his shoulders. He pulled her closer by the waist. Their bodies fit together like they had been learning each other all along. The night wrapped around them, quiet, private, sacred. His lips traced softly along her jaw, her breath catching with every gentle movement. Arjun. I'm here, he whispered. I won't disappear. She rested her forehead against his chest, feeling his heartbeat steady, real. Crescent moon wrapped in moonlight. They sat on the terrace floor, her head on his shoulder, his arm around her. No urgency. No rush. Just warmth, closeness, belonging. Do you know what you are? Mira asked softly. What? You're my calm, and my chaos. He smiled, pressing a soft kiss to her hair. Then stay, he said. Let's be both. Above them, the moon watched silently as if smiling. Sparkle's ending line. That night, they didn't cross every line. They didn't need to. Because love isn't always about how far you go. Sometimes it's about how deeply you feel. And under the moonlight, they felt everything. The end. Thank for watching.